One of the questions that singers often ask is, how can I improve my sight reading? It's something that we really practice on our NYCGB residential choir courses, but to get really good at it, it's something that you need to practice at least weekly, but preferably daily.
So we're developing some resources to help you practice at home, and we hope you find them helpful. But before you get started, here are a few general tips to help you improve your sight reading.
You should approach reading music the way you would learn to read in any language. Think about the way you learn to read in English. First, you have to learn the alphabet. Then you have to learn how to blend the sounds together to form words. Finally, you need to do a lot of practice in order to get good at reading longer words and more complicated sentences. From the age of 4 upwards, you probably practiced reading nearly every day and were pretty good at it by the time you left primary school.
The same thing applies when reading music. You first have to understand the symbols, i.e. the musical notation, then work out how to translate them into sounds. Finally, you will need to spend a lot of time practicing this skill until you can fluently read whole musical phrases at first sight. So let's think for a moment how best to achieve this.
1. Get to know the musical symbols inside out. You need to know note names, durations, dynamic markings, time signatures, key signatures, and other musical symbols like the back of your hand, and be able to identify them within a split second. Some people find it helpful to take some music theory lessons to help with this. If you don't have a teacher to help you, try working through the music theory and practice books which are published by ABRSM. For details of this and other online music theory resources, click on the link in the description.
2. Practice translating the symbols into sounds. The NYCGB online musicianship resources will help with this. These include exercises to develop tonal awareness, reading rhythm, singing scales and arpeggios, and singing intervals. Try to do it little and often, and practice these drills alongside sight reading actual musical phrases in which you need to read pitch, rhythm, and lyrics simultaneously.
3. The more time you spend reading music, the better you will get at it. Find opportunities to practice. Playing a musical instrument will certainly help, especially in an ensemble, as will singing regularly with a choir that sings from musical scores rather than a lyric sheet. If you find it hard to do this alone, then ask a teacher to help you. You can use the sight singing books published by ABRSM called Joining the Dots. These contain workouts that you can do with your teacher week by week.
Experts say that to get really good at a specialist skill, you need to spend around 10,000 hours practicing it. Now that may sound a little bit overwhelming, but why not get started now using the resources on the NYCGB website?
The more you do, the better you'll get. Unfortunately, there are no shortcuts.
However, we're sure that you will find it a valuable and rewarding experience, as learning to read music is a fantastic skill that will give you access to some of the most wonderful literature ever produced by the human race.